Scorpio. This is the 4th time I've tried to do your reading. I've had everything. Delivery drivers, cameras going down. We're here, okay? We're doing it. Scorpio, November 2022. Love and general reading. I've already pulled 2 cards for you for your current situation and for how you're coming into the month. So we're sticking with those because I know they're really relevant, okay? So we're having those. Okay, Scorpio, this is for you if you're Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. It's a general reading, so it won't resonate with everybody, but it will resonate with quite a few. If it turns out to be your reading, Scorpio, there will be an extended reading and the link will be below in the description box. Right, let's have a look at your cards. The cards that dare not speak their name, Scorpio. This is how you come in to the month, okay? We've got the 7 of Swords and we've got the 10 of Wands. Now, I'm kind of noticing here that both these people are carrying quite a lot. So they're carrying a kind of a burden in some ways. In other ways, and I can't speak today, that's the other thing. In other ways, there are secrets that people are carrying. If you look here with the 7 of Swords, that is a card of secrecy. Now, of course, we are in Scorpio season and there's a lot going on for you. And I feel like there's a lot been going on for everybody. But of course, with the Sun in Scorpio and loads of other planets in Scorpio, and we had the solar eclipse in Scorpio on the 25th of October, and we got the lunar eclipse in your opposite sign of Taurus. Expect a lot, life-changing stuff. And I think you can probably feel that. Some of you are coming to the end of a situation. You're coming to the end of your patience. Others of you may be dealing with somebody who you may think is keeping secrets from you. Okay. And also with the 10 of Wands, there's a feeling of overwhelm. And a feeling of reaching the end of your tether with something or someone. And there may also be a feeling of relief that you've reached the end of your tether. Because, the 10 of Wands is the time when the universe says to you, drop the ball and surrender. Don't keep doing what you're doing. Let's have a look. I've used a different deck for you as well because it is your season. So happy birthday as well to any of my lovely Scorpios out there. I used a different deck for you because this deck is particularly searching as a deck, okay? It's no nonsense. Let's get to the bottom of its stuff. And I feel like that's what we need for you, Scorpio. So, okay. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Oh my God. Look. Okay. I'm really pleased to see that for you because, of course, it is the Scorpio card. When you get this card, even if you take out the fact that it's a real Scorpio card, it's a card of profound change from which there is no going back. The Death card pushes through. You've got the Scythe here. We've also got this white rose, which I've never actually, even though it's massive, I've never paid too much attention to it before. But the Fool also has a white rose and it kind of represents purity. And there's a feeling here, Scorpio, a bit like extreme gardening. And you could say maybe he's about to do some extreme gardening. There's a feeling here of severe pruning going on in your life during Scorpio season. Now, we have that total lunar eclipse in Taurus, which is your opposite sign. So this is a big, big part of what's happening for you. When you have lunar eclipses, there is a feeling of revelation. Things being revealed, things being opened out. And I've had that for a lot of signs this month, and I think that you are no exception, okay? But when a star sign gets their own card in a reading, know that you have a lot of power in this situation, and I would go so far as to say more power than you think. Also, for those of you that are wondering if there's something you need to know here with this Seven of Swords card, your hunches are good. And sometimes you just need to hear that. You need to know that your hunches are good. Because us water signs, I think that we do have very good hunches, but sometimes we doubt ourselves. I know we doubt ourselves when we really shouldn't doubt ourselves. How often have your hunches been wrong? And also, Scorpio, what I'm getting for you is a message that think back to the times when you have overridden your intuition. What happened in those times, those relationships? What happened? What was the outcome? And what made you override it? Because it feels to me like you need to override the override, if that makes sense. Because your hunches are going to be right here. Let's just take this as an important card as well. Yes. Scorpio, some of you, there may have been some gaslighting or something going on around you that has made you upset or certainly confused, that has silenced you for a while perhaps. We've got the Eight of Swords here, and when you get the Eight of Swords, there is somebody who is restricted, mentally restricted, and it feels like that mental restriction has caused you not to see something, to kind of half see it, to see it internally, because when we have the blindfold on, we can't see what's in front of our eyes. But our third eye, it still works, you know, your third eye still works in this situation. So I just get, and I don't know why, but I'm getting an image of somebody throwing swords. And I don't mean like aggressively, like to hit you type thing. I mean like one of those sort of magicians, you know, when they throw the swords and the woman's got an apple on her head and it's like ka-ching and all that. But the image that I'm getting is somebody putting the swords all around you so that you can't ask the right questions. And you need to ask the right questions. And I think, and this could be for some of you a work situation, it could be with a group of friends, people online, whatever it is, but for many of you this is a relationship. I feel you have the hunch about the right question. And you're not able to let loose on it in a way that you would normally do, because somebody is keeping you, I don't know, kind of hemmed in by this. Does that make sense? They're keeping you, it's the kind of thing, I'm getting gaslighting, and I'm getting somebody not kind of letting you express what you need to express. And sometimes this can be done by people just being a certain way, and we feel like we can't open our mouth, or we can't go there, you know, we can't say that. Then we've got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, I feel, is you. And again, we've got a lot of kind of roses going on here. It might be worth looking at the significance of roses. I know there's a significance with red roses, also to do with the heart, to do with romance, to do with passion, and white roses to do with innocence and purities and new beginnings. She's got a big old sword, this Queen of Swords, and I feel like you're going to need all of your boundary skills and all of your self-worth in order to navigate this particular situation. Scorpios are a fixed water sign, which can be tricky because water is very hard to fix, but Scorpios work very hard to do that. So you work harder than the other two water signs to be disciplined and to be to not be taken advantage of. Scorpios are generally very careful about things and about people, and keep a lot of things on the down low until it's time to kind of, you know, open your mouth. Sometimes though, as Scorpios, because you do have beneath your very calm usually and very put together exterior, there is a big deep heart in Scorpio, and you love when you love, you know, you do. And sometimes that can just get the better of things. And I feel like there's a lot of that. There's a lot of passion, there's a lot of love, and there's a lot of, for some of you, maybe chemistry, and it just feels like you will need to do what the Queen of Swords does, which is, you know, swing on anything that is not okay. And I'm talking long, lengthy, gobbly explanations from people, too much, you know, too much protest. You know, when they say the lady doth protest too much. Someone who's too detailed in trying to defend them. So you know what I'm saying. If you get the hunch that there's a load of BS going on, there's a load of BS going on. Something is going on behind the scenes here, behind your scenes. And let's have a look at that. Oh, what are you? Whoa, Scorpio. Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands, which I quite like actually. The Two of Wands could be dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Some of you dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, should have said that as well. When you get the Two of Wands like we've got here, and we've got our guy holding the, he's holding the globe, they're always holding a globe, and then there's two wands on either side. Just let me have a drink, just a sec. Two wands on either side, and a feeling of needing to make a decision between two things, two people, two ways of doing something. When you have this, it feels like it's push or pull, you know, you need to go one side or the other. And there may be somebody putting pressure on you to make a decision about something. That something could be to do with work, it could be to do with love, could be to do with both. But there's a pressure. And also some of you are at a crossroads in a relationship here. Because on the one hand, I think you may love this person and trust this person in lots of ways. But on the other hand, there's just this other counterbalance of suspicion and hunches and a feeling of, I'm not sure. Under here, we've got the Page of Cups. Page of Cups energy is someone coming in to offer you something. If this is your ex and you have had quite a glorious history with this person of ups and downs and all arounds, you may be worried that this is more drama coming in. And indeed, it might be more drama coming in. I'm not going to deny that. It does feel a bit that way, Scorpio. So here we have that Page of Cups, and it can be an apology. So this could be an ex apologizing. It can be someone asking for another chance. It can be just a love offer coming in, but it's often quite small. So it's the beginning. It's like a text message, or, you know, the first message. It's not been expanded upon. It's not been really worked through. And you can kind of feel that energy. And I'm just like, I don't know. I think some of you are in two minds about it. You don't know whether to trust this person. You don't know whether it's okay. And I would say that those feelings are justified. And that's why with the Queen of Swords, you know, it's important not to be too defensive and just to shut everything out and not listen to anything. But I would definitely be on hand with my big boundary sword and saying, you know, what are you talking about if anything doesn't feel right? Okay, so a lot in this about feeling and intuition and all that kind of thing. Okay. Ooh. We've got the Hermit underneath the Death card. Some of you may need some time on your own in this situation. You may need some time where you're thinking this over, you're not influenced by whoever it is, you're not within their chemistry, you're not kind of feeling that way, that kind of way where you can't get a clear head on something. The universe wants you, if necessary, to take some time out and to be in solitude and to look to the lamp. And this is almost about, you know, looking, and I'm getting High Priestess vibes here, doing your own tarot about it, you know, consulting your people, whoever your people are, and then just being really, really quiet. Not inviting anything, just being and seeing what comes up for you. Because you have a lot more power and intuition in this situation than you think. I tell you what's interesting about your reading as well is that the person that you're dealing with here is almost entirely missing from the reading. So that could be that literally they are in separation from you, or that they're at long distance or something. Oh my God! Scorpio, I knew I had to carry on with this reading after the 4th time or whatever it was that it went wrong. Okay, the Devil card. The Devil comes up for us when we are tempted, obviously. It can represent healthy sexual attraction as well, and all things carnal. And that's important as well for Scorpios, because you rule sex and you rule death. And you rule the genitals as a part of the body, you know, that all signs have a part of the body that they rule. When you get the Devil as well, though, there's always a nod to what is going on. Is there anything of an addictive nature going on about this situation? Because that might not help you. That just might not help you all the way. It feels like for some of you with the Hermit card, you need some distance so that you can gauge and that you can tell what's you and what's them. What's your intuition and what is fear? What are they saying to you and what do you hear? And the Devil is just a really powerful archetype of that. Are you in the right place? Not just can you trust them, can you trust yourself? Can you trust your own judgment? How does this feel? What else do we need to know, please, about this? It's a very powerful situation that you're in. It's a very powerful turning point. Nice. King of Wands. And I also got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, King of Wands, fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So some of you definitely dealing with a fire sign here, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. There is a feeling here of, I don't know, the King of Wands is very sexy. He can be a bit of a player. He's got really kind of exciting energy. There's a feeling of having been swept off your feet with this reading that I don't really understand, and maybe you can let me know in the comments section. And then this Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles often comes up when you're patiently waiting for something or someone. You know, when you're feeling, you're not necessarily waiting, but you're kind of on hold in some ways. And it's quite a graceful on hold when you get the Queen of Pentacles, but there's something, you know, something that she's waiting for. She's very elegant about it. She's very classy about it. And Scorpios are elegant and classy. I think you pride yourself on those things. But look, She's also looking to the Five of Cups. There's some disappointment here. There's been something spilled. It may be trust that has been spilled. It may be just something that happened in your history with this person. And you don't know whether it's worth picking up after those 2 cups or whether you just carry on as you are. 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles comes especially when something is long distance as well, because it has that whole kind of long distance sea thing going on. When something needs change and tweaking, and when something needs moving around. It feels like there needs to be material change in your situation. And it feels like this may not work until you have that. I would wager that the lunar eclipse, and I think it is on the 8th of November, or around then, depending on where you are in the world, that the lunar eclipse will bring you some more clarity with this. Because you certainly need clarity. You've got this 7 of Swords, guys, making off into nothing over here. And I don't know what to make of that, you know. It gives me pause, let's put it that way. It makes me wonder, as Led Zeppelin said. It just feels like you're slightly on hold until you get your revelation. And we're so, with that full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, we're so up for a revelation. We're so up for that. That's almost going to happen whether you like it or not. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at what's going on with your person and how do they feel and why are they absent and why were they absent from your reading and what's happening with them and what's going on with the devil, okay? The 7 of Swords. What do we need to know? So if you want that, the link is in the description below. Thank you for joining me, Scorpio. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it resonates with you and I will see you soon. Namaste.